Hi everyone, welcome you all. So in our previous video, we have seen how to perform the right click action in Playwright. Now today I'm going to show you how can we perform the double click action in the Playwright. So for that I already created one spec file, mouse double click dot spec.js in my test folder. And after that I have imported test and expert functions from Playwright test module. And then I created one test function. So inside this, we need to implement our code. So first of all, let me show you that application where we can perform the double click action. So if I go back and open this page, and in this, you can see one section called double click. So how it is exactly working is in the field one, there is some default value which is there, hello world. And the field two is empty. Field two doesn't have anything. So now what we need to do is we need to perform the double click action on this copy text button. So when you do normal click, nothing has happened. So when you do double click, so the same text is got captured into or copied into the field two. And after copying the same text in the second field, I can verify this, which is exactly same as the first one or not. And this text is copied into the field two by just doing the double click action. So when I say double click on the copy text, it will automatically copy the text from the first input box to second input box. So now we'll see how can we perform the double click action on this copy text button. So first of all, let me launch this application. Go back to VS Code editor. Await page.go to, specify the URL of application. And then I want to directly perform the double click action because as soon as you open the page, so by default, second input box doesn't have any value, which is empty. Only the first box is having some value. So after performing double click action, then the same text is got copied into field two. So now I'm directly getting this application, inspect this copy text element and go to selector hub. And if I look at here, this is the element I want to perform the double click action. So I can just take the Rex path of this element and get that element. Await page dot locator, await page dot locator, and specify this element. This will return that element. And I'll name it as button copy. And this is const variable. Okay. So once we get an element, now we need to perform the double click action on this element. So how we can perform the double click? Double click. So to perform the double click, so direct method is available. Simply what you can do is get this element, await btn copy dot. There is a method called dbl click. DBL click. So this is the method which will perform the double click action on that element. So on whichever button you want to perform the double click, simply get that element dot DBL click. So this will perform the double click action. Okay, so once you perform the double click action, we can verify something here. After double clicking, what is happening? The second input box is having some text that we need to validate. So for that, what I will do is I will inspect the second input box. And for that, there is an ID called field 2. I'm getting that element. After performing double click action, I want to verify the text in the particular field, which is second field. So I'm getting that element. Await page dot locator. And this is the locator. This is ID. So we have to use CSS for hash. This is the CSS selector. And this will return the element. So what is this? I'm just calling as a F2. And this is the const variable. Now capture the field input box, second input box. So now I want to verify the text because we already done a double click action here. So once you perform the double click action, the same text is got copied into the second input box. Now we want to validate the same text is there or not in the second input box. So what I can do is once you get this element F2, we can put one assertion here. So I can say await expect of F2. So what this F2 contains a hello world. So we have a one method called to have value, and here we need to provide the text, whatever text we are exactly expecting, same text is there or not. So this is the assertion point. So in the F2, we are expecting this value should be there after performing the double click action, right? So after that, I'll wait for some time to see the output. Await page dot wait for timeout and then say 5 seconds. It's very simple, straightforward. So on whichever button you want to perform double click, you can get this element first and then perform the DBL click, call the DBL click method. So this will perform the double click action. Now let me save the file and then execute one more time. So this is the command I just want to execute to run the test. npx playwright test. This is the command npx playwright test. And where is our file? In the test folder. And here we need to change the file name. My file name is mouse double click. Okay, so I can say mouse. Okay, double click. So mouse double click dot spec dot js, and I'm just want to run only Chromium and a headed mode. Press enter. Now just observe the output here. See, it will perform the double click. Yeah, now we can see the same button is double clicked, and whatever text is there in the first input box, same thing is got copied into the second input box, and also my assertion is got passed. Okay, so one more time, I'm just running. Just you can just observe here. And whatever text is present in the same first input box, same thing will be copied into the second field. Now it is got copied. Same text, so my assertion is also passed. Fine. So this is how we can simply perform the double click action on the element. We can simply call .dbl click element .dbl click. So this method will perform the double click action. Okay. So that's all for this video. In the next video, I'll show you how can we perform the drag and drop operation. Okay. So thanks for watching.